Welcome to another pool video on homeowner repair, and in this video I'm going to show you how to change the sand in this type of a filter, and I'm also going to show you how to take the top off it. And you're always going to want to change it out when the sand is dry, so the best time to do it is at the beginning of the season. Okay, so you're going to want to do this before you open your pool up and when there's no water in the sand. So the beginning of the year is the best time to change the sand in your pool filter. So if you're wondering how much sand your filter takes, there should be a tag on the side of the filter like this one. And mine says right here, it takes 100 pounds of sand. So I'm going to have to go to the pool store, get 2 50-pound bags. So I'm going to go do that and we'll be back. Alright, so to take the valve off of my filter, there's 2 Phillips head screws. There's one there, and there's one on the other side of the collar, pointing the other way. So let's take this off. So you'll need a screwdriver if you have Phillips screws. I'm going to use my Ryobi drill that I have. This thing works pretty good. We use it in a lot of our videos, and it'll make it faster. Just remove the 2 screws. Let's see, have that. Oh, this one isn't all the way up. Here it is. And I always like to put the nuts on the screws so you don't lose them. And like there, you should just kind of like twist and pull up for you. It might have a little bit of suction on it, but should be able to wiggle it and lift it right up. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. So as you can see, like all the sand is dry on the inside. So this is a good time to empty the sand out because it should fall right out for you. There's no water that made it all wet. I haven't opened the pool yet up for the season. So let's empty all this out. So you're going to want to detach the valve from the pipe going in there. It might be a little bit stubborn, so just kind of like twist it and pull up, and then it should come right off like that for you. Okay, so now you're like, great, how do I get this out of here? So on mine it has some fingers like this, and they should flip up for you. And you just gotta flip them all up, and it should come right up and out of the top of the filter base. So it should flip right up like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this out with the garden hose, blow all the sand out of there, so we have all nice fresh new stuff. And if it's clogged at all, there's all little openings in here. It'll open them all up. Okay, so now I have the base removed from the base platform, I think that's what you call it. And I'm going to go empty the sand that's in here in the part of my yard where it doesn't matter where I empty it. So you can either empty it into a bag or a top, or dispose of it wherever you need to dispose of it. And then we're going to fill it back up. Okay, so now I'm going to rinse out the remaining sand with the hose. And it'll help to get any debris and impurities out of there also, so that your filter is really good. So just take the extra time to kind of hose out anything else that could be in there. Looks like a little bit left. All right. So now I'm also going to wash out these fingers that are on the filter. So I put all these down. I'm going to get the water all in between these little crevices that are in the fingers. Over the years, things get trapped in there, they get clogged. Make sure they're all unclogged. And it comes off pretty easily. Kind of See this on the camera? Yeah, it's kind of put some water down in the tube too, spin it around. Make sure everything's all cleared out. There's no debris or gunk caught in there. Something that just happened to me, if you're messing around with these little fingers and one of them comes off, they can easily push back into place. So if you, oh no, there's a little tip on it. There's a tip on that side and this side. Line up the notch if yours is this design. There's a little keyhole right there. Make sure all the sand's out of it, and it'll push right back into place for you. There you go. It'll snap right back in just like that. You can push it back down. Now the base like has a little pedestal on it, so you're gonna put this into the hole of the base of the filter, and it'll rest on the bottom of the filter right here. And then we're gonna start putting some sand in. Okay, so we're gonna lower this back down in, and to do that, we need to put all these little fingers back up. Put it in, and then remember to spread them all back out. Pretty easy to do. And it's gonna rest right on the inside of the filter. And I'll show you what it looks like. And down in just like that. So now make sure it's centered, you know, to the best of your ability. Make sure the pipe's in the center. And now we're able to add in the sand. And remember at the beginning of the video I showed you where to look for the tag. And on the tag this one called for like 100 pounds of sand. So I had to get like 2 50-pound bags. And let's add that in right now. Oh hey, quick tip, before you put the sand in, block this hole for the pipe with something so that sand doesn't go down in it. You can use like painter's tape. I don't have any painter's tape, so I'm gonna have to use like some duct tape. I'll try not to like put it on there so it's like super sticky. I say painter's tape because it's easy to remove and it tends to adhere pretty well. So just kind of put it on like that. Close the opening. And then take like another piece. You go over the top. And then that way you can put the sand in and it won't go down this pipe and clog up all the little fingers you just cleared out. And then when you're done, you can remove that. So right now, I'm gonna add the sand in. So here are the 2 50-pound bags of sand that I picked up. Make sure you get something from like a local pool store and that it says like filter sand on it and that you're using the right product. Hey, so let's go, let's let it rip. Try to pour it in evenly if you can. And I cut like a small opening in the top so it's easier to kind of make the flow go where you need it to. Don't spill any. Add this in. It's going. They should have made a little bit bigger of a hole, but I'm not really spilling any either, so it's all pretty much going in there. Just gotta kind of be patient with it. Alright, so now I got one bag in. I'm going to take my hand and evenly distribute the sand in there. So let's get the second bag. I'm going to dump the second bag in. And you need to watch that, so we'll get that in and we'll go from there. Okay, so once you have the second bag in, remember to take the tape off of the pipe so that you can put the valve back on and distribute the sand like evenly in the filter base. Okay, so if you have this style valve, you just line up the bottom. Make sure there's no gunk in the little inlet. Yeah, it's pretty clear. And then you're gonna line make sure your outlets and inlets are lined up to where they were. You're gonna push the base back onto the pipe like this. It should slide on pretty easily for you. Make sure it's like seated all the way. There should be maybe like an O-ring on the bottom of this. And then put your collar back on. Okay, so once the valve is seated, we can put our collar back onto it and clamp it down. Make sure everything lines up properly. Make it like this, so it's easier to... And you want to make sure you press down on it a little bit and that it's firmly on the base. Like that. You're putting the collar on, you want to make sure that if it has some space, there's even space here, even space on this side, and then let's put our bolts in, and we're going to torque them down a little at a time so that it evenly closes this gap on both sides, and that you have a good seal and this collar isn't cocked. Alright, so let's zip this together real quick. That way, let's go to this side. Somebody said make sure it's even. Right, there's a little left over here. Whoop. There it goes. So that's pretty much it. Now you've changed the sand in your pool filter and hook everything up the way you usually do. And I hope this video helps you out. Subscribe to the channel, leave some comments if you have any, and I'll get back to you and answer them for you.